Um, this is Margaret Ann Windsor. That's my real name, and I was brought to the United States in 1941. I was kidnapped from Buckingham Palace, and I was given the name of twin Peggy Ann Dempsey Childers. I married a Childers, and that's the name I have to use unless I get my real name back. In 1983, during a political campaign, when I was flown to Larry Flint's, um, he was shot in Lawrenceville, Georgia, when I was doing a medical malpractice book called MD A License to Kill, and I was living at Moonraker Apartments, which at the time was owned by the Mormon Church and prior to Penthouse Magazine. I'm telling you that because a bunch of the murders and kidnappings and crimes that have been committed, really they're committed against the people of by the people of the United States. Really, they let them happen. It was there, and they supported it. Really, at least the part done to me. Um, I mean, it's horrific, ongoing what they've done, and it really. I'm afraid to put it on video. That's the only outlet I've had. So I've put it on Facebook, but I can't go to law enforcement or anything like that. So I want to show where they actually, and someone stole the one with the seal on it, the birth certificates. This is from Montgomery, Alabama, and some of the murders have been done using, and they're mind control murders, done using Montgomery and Lawrence or Larry, as in Lawrence County. And the twins were Peggy Ann and Carl Preston, and last name Dempsey. So I'll let you go from there with it a little bit, but this was the Alabama birth certificates of the twins were taken out of my file, but this is that had the state seal on it. But this is the same thing, and this is what I use, and a post office box for an ID where I live or something using the name Peggy Dempsey. This is where the date they gave me and I grew up using was January the 7th of, I'm going to get a glare here, I don't know if I'll get it, of 39. Now, they had another month, perhaps another day, I'm not sure, and they certainly had it in 1938. Okay, both twins were killed by their mother, Lina Dempsey. They were born out of wedlock. This is Carl's, and this is illegal, by the way. Of course, all of it is. January the 7th, I guess, or 9th, you can't tell. They've inserted over Carl's. 19, you don't know if it's 39, but they left the 8. It's illegal, and he does have a birth certificate, a death certificate, I'm sorry, that was redone. I grew up hearing how he lived for a month. They've got him dying. They redid this in 2 weeks after, and they changed it. Let me just put it that way. Now, then, a lot of the murders have been done. This is years ago, a photo, obviously. And I'm going to get glare from it. There's nothing I can do. I'm sitting here. And this is Mark, who's heir after me. I'm Victoria II, heir to the British Crown. And this is Scott, my youngest son. They're 11 and a half months apart. And this is one of the mind control murders that were deliberately done in patterns. And mind control is invisible. So these were, over the years, deliberately done in patterns. And this is Mark Kelly. He's a twin to Scott Kelly. They're both astronauts, NASA. And this is his wife, Gabby Gifford, a U.S. congressman at the time of the mass shootings in Tucson. Now, then, I was brought to Moulton, Alabama, which is about 45 miles from Huntsville, where Werner von Braun and all the scientists were brought in, and money and treaties, illegal treaties signed, etc., etc. I'm a hostage. So is Great Britain. So has Germany been also. You didn't mind the Nuremberg trials, but you sure the heck had a joy out of what's been done to me right here in America. I've felt the blows every moment of my life, and all the money that came in to support NASA, old John Sparkman, senator from Alabama, you name it, they got into it. I will say this, Ronnie Flippo was U.S. House of Representatives from Alabama, and he was head of the Space Intelligence Committee. I think he was one of the good guys. That's when I'd had the antifreeze put in me, and I was taken across the state line. I should have been dead. I was in hell from it, and being threatened by Lina Dempsey and my ex-husband, and you name it. The doctors I'd written the medical malpractice about, who do you think put the antifreeze in me and got my apartment and all that? But anyway, I went to work for the district attorney, and I guess I'm skipping around and losing my point here. But anyway, NASA grew and all this, so anyway, that's one of the murders. So is Aurora, Colorado, and James Holmes for the theater mass. So I could keep going with them, but over the years, they go way back, and it's single. And by the way, he wanted Snowden back, no clemency for him. Snowden is in the Soviet Russia now. NASA involved. This is what Snowden was writing about, and U.S. Attorney William Harper sent me a letter dated June the 23rd of '79, and it was national security involved, ongoing investigation. Well, I didn't find out my name and about my kidnapping until late '83 after the campaign, and the Brits told me. And by the way, I want to insert this here. I didn't know, this is back when I was working for the DA, and I was with what, everybody should know how it feels to have antifreeze put in you, and then people are trying to kill you and tell you, oh, you know, I even finally, my ex-husband did, or husband got, the talk screen was finally done. So I had everything on me, the letter from the FBI, and all this continued. But anyway, Snowden just tipped the iceberg on what was really going on. You can reach out now, and Mindcontrol is so easy, and the agency's doing it. And I've been telling this and other people, you can Google Mindcontrol. You can program people to go out and shoot. You can program them to, it's kind of like psychosomatic illnesses, to develop an illness and die from it, and you can cure illnesses. So this has gone on since '30, but they want to put him in prison, and I hope you get to see what all they've done to me. But I want to go back to this. This is my dad, Edward VIII, King Edward VIII, and this is his brother, who really worked for the United States government, George VI, the illegal, Roosevelt. And this is going to go out, and I won't get in what I wanted to. So I'll just go to tape 2 in a second, and if you care to pick up on it, you can. This is Elizabeth, this is Roosevelt, and this is 39, the year I was born. They illegally took down my father, and look at this crap. He never married Wallace Simpson, a double married Wallace. This is a 100-year seal put on my dad, the illegal takedown, and my birth. I'm Victoria II, the legal heir. Now then, this is George O'Keeffe, my aunt. The Americans loved Grace Kelly in Monaco. Hey, you don't even mention my mom, and it's all lies about my dad, and what you've done to me has been ongoing, and my kids into the British. Hey, if you can steal a job and be a traitor to your country, I guess she thought it was a good job. She's never reached out, and she was brought to Virginia while I was living on the Appalachian Trail, came right through here, starving and freezing, when the mass murders that were Mindcontrol were done at Virginia Tech, Blacksburg, next door to me here. Charlottesville, with the murders that are going on, is on the other side of me. But she went through here with all the elaborate, everybody loving her. I hope the world has to see how the United States and